Hey guys, welcome back to another video, and today we are going to be looking at something that has always been a bit of an issue in the writing world when it comes to characters, and that is how to write diversity. Writing diversity has always been a little bit of an issue because whether we are talking about race or sexuality or different body types, there has always been a bit of an iffy tone to it. There has always been the token best friend who has a different ethnicity to the main character. There is always the one gay friend in the background. There is always, the cute chubby girl that no one really talks to. There's always that kind of stereotype to it, and it kind of sucks that it's become a trope. I mean, it's even gotten to a point now where it is far easier to write a hive mind, entirely different alien or magical race than it is just to include proper diversity in everyday writing. It is true though. I mean, if you don't have the token friend who's, of a different ethnicity, you have an entire magical, supernatural race where they all look and act the same just so your main character has an opponent to fight. And it's an umbrella term that you can easily refer to. And that kind of sucks. But really, it should kind of be the same rules of whether you're writing from an everyday perspective or a more fantastical or horror situation. The rules should still follow, and yet they don't. So today we're just going to jump right into it and look at how to properly write diversity. So for starters, it really doesn't have to all be about race. It can be about sexuality, different body types, different ways of living. There are many different people in the world, and they are all going through something completely different. They all look completely different. They all have different characteristics, different mindsets. Hell, you can even throw religion into the diversity mix as well. Just the possibilities are endless. So the odds of you writing a group of people who all have a very similar way of living in all aspects is incredibly rare. So if it's rare for you, then why should it be rare for your characters? Now, a lot of people do say, when you're writing, write what you know. And to an extent, yes, because you know what you're talking about, you know how to fully describe situations, mindsets, that kind of thing. So it does kind of make sense. However, it's really not going to help for your diversity. So one of the biggest things you can do when you want to be more diverse is to research. And yeah, I know, researching for a book, what is this modern day madness? But it is true. Research different cultures, ask your friends, ask family members, ask people online. Don't be afraid to learn, because learning is just going to get rid of that ignorance, and it's going to avoid any accidental slurs or any accidental, you might accidentally insult someone if you don't do the research. So don't go writing about another world culture just from what you know right now. Educate yourself and ask for help. And this research can be religions, different names, different cultures. Just there's so much amazing material there to use, and what's the best part of researching this material is that they're all based on real people and real cultures that are happening right now, and they are beautiful, absolutely beautiful. If you're looking at your own writing and you're worried about, do I actually have a token person? Take a look at the rest of your cast. Is it like a big group of, guys going on an adventure and there's the one girl? Yes, that is a token character. Are your characters all in college maybe, and there's just, the one gay best friend that doesn't really do that much? Yes. Yes, they are the token person. Is there one person of a different ethnicity in your group of characters? Yes, they are the token one. If there's only one and you clearly have put them there just to try and make yourself more diverse, then you're actually pointing out how not diverse you are. Avoid the token. Just spread it out. In real life that doesn't happen. I'm not being funny. When I went to uni, it was like It was the reverse, because, you know, people of a like mind swarm towards each other because they want to feel safe. So in my friendship group there was about 8-9 of us, and I think there was only 2 straight people. It just please do not use skin tone as a description. Don't use ethnicity as a description, because it can come across as really bland. Like when you're describing characters, don't say, oh, said the Indian girl, said the black guy. Don't do stuff like that. Just, it doesn't feel right. It doesn't feel natural. Because you don't see it when your character is white. You don't see it with like, oh, the white girl over there. It's always hair colours, eye colours, that kind of thing. You never really describe skin tone unless it's absolutely relevant to what's going on. And it shouldn't be the same when you're describing different ethnicities as well. It just doesn't work like that. Use other factors. Describe the amazing curls, describe the amazing eyes, describe their body shape, their personality. When they talk, is it a very sharp, biting tone, or is it quite soft-spoken? We want to know more about the personality. The description shouldn't be so passive. Ethnicity is not a description. That's basically what I'm saying. Ethnicity is not a description. Personality and tiny features to make them stand out to your reader, that is a description. Just have natural dialogue. If you do have a member of the LGBTQ+ community, you don't have to outright say, hello, my name is so-and-so and I'm gay. Hello, my name is so-and-so and I'm bi. It doesn't work like that. You rarely really find out someone's sexuality until you've gotten to know them a little bit better, or you just start seeing what they lean towards and figure it out for yourself. There's no real need to openly call it out. Much like ethnicity is not a description, sexuality shouldn't be used as a way for your readers to define your characters. Just have them talk normally to each other, even if they're having, let's say they're having a conversation and it just, you know, the conversation just naturally turns to, hey, that guy over there is cute, and the female that you're talking to decides, he's okay, but she's, you know, I prefer that kind. Just little subtle hints. You don't need to like slap us over the face with it. Even religions can be introduced in such subtle and more natural ways. You know, one of the characters I'm writing at the moment, he is Christian. He does go to church quite a lot. He doesn't full on believe in everything in the Bible, but he is a good little Christian boy. Sorry, I just thought of Plumbella. Then she's a sim YouTuber and she's just like, I'm a good Catholic Christian girl. I love her. Just little stuffs like when they're trying to like make plans for what to do and he says, oh, I'm actually busy on Sunday helping out the church, if that's okay. And you can put the pieces together. You can see why he's going to church on Sundays. It's not that hard to figure out. You don't need to be, this is what I believe in, this is what I'm doing, because it feels like a massive unnecessary exposition dump, and it feels like you're kind of using, can't even say the word, it feels like you're using religion to define characters, and that just feels lazy and also a little bit aggressive. Let's include different body types. Every time a book is made into a movie, everyone is so slim and athletic, and then you're looking at the book and thinking, well, they're described as having an average body type, and that is not an average body type. I am on the larger variety of the average body type, and I'm completely okay with that. I want to see characters that are a little bit on the chubby side. I want to see characters that, you know, have more of them to love. Because every time a character in a book is described as chubby, they are always overweight when they're made into movies or TV shows, and bulky just means like muscle head, and that is not how things work. Let's just include different body types in your writing, because God knows we love to see it. Avoiding slurs at all costs. If your character, for example, if one of your characters is racist, then it would make sense for a few slurs to slip out here and there, but do not make it a part of everyday conversation, because it is not okay. No one talks like that in real life, and you can end up offending so many people when it's not actually necessary for your characters to say these things. If you're including slurs just for the sake of it, then that is you and your mindset that kind of needs checking. Human race is really fascinating in a way, because no two people are ever the same. Even twins have very subtle, distinct differences, and that's kind of what makes writing people so fun, is that you don't have to copy and paste the same character over and over again. You don't have to have the skinny white girl, you don't have to have, you know, the tall black baseball player. You don't have to have these stereotypes, because you can branch out. You can have so many different people in so many different ways, so why aren't we using them? And it's very similar when you're writing a different species or a different fantasy race, something like that. 9 times out of 10 there will be one new race, and they will all have the exact same skin tone, they will all have the exact same power set, and they will all look pretty much exactly the same. And because it's not a real race, it's suddenly okay. But you wouldn't do that with humans without being accused of stereotyping and, you know, a few other offensive things. So it just doesn't work like that with humans, so why should it work with fantasy races? If you've managed to create an entire race, I'm not happy. If you've managed to create an entire race, that is such a huge level of creativity, so why are you limiting yourself to just being a copy and paste hive mind of this race? Go all out, have different kinds of races mixed in with races. The possibilities are literally endless. And once again, the dialogue, the natural dialogue and the natural flow of things does not have to change. Once again, I realise that I have rambled on way too long, and to be honest, I could ramble on even more, because I love this topic so much. Diversity is so fascinating. The human race is fascinating, and when you take aspects of the human race to make a brand new fantasy race, a horror race, whatever new civilization, new worlds, it's the same thing. There are so many different cultures out there, there are so many different histories, there are so many different languages. Why aren't we using them? Why are we too afraid to ask for help to learn so that we can then write these in the proper, appropriate way? At the end of the day, when it comes to characters, it should be mind over matter. You should learn to love characters because of the way they think, the way they act, and the way they respond to different situations. Why can't I talk today? You should love a character's mind, and you should love a character for what they are, not for what they look like. So why are we so afraid to include diversity in our writing? In a quick summary, just to wrap everything up, because I'm aware of how long I've been talking. Ethnicity, religion, and sexuality are not valid character descriptions. You're going to need more than that, a hell of a lot more. Don't be afraid to research, and don't be afraid to ask for help. People online, friends, there are so many people out there who want to educate you, so please take advantage of that. Let dialogue flow naturally. Let us learn things about characters in our own way, and in a way that feels natural and human and cohesive. Avoid token characters. They stand out a mile and they do not help your writing, they do not help your story, they do not help your cause. You're going to need more than the token one to get by the radar, okay? No two humans are exactly the same. Please take advantage of it. All different body shapes exist and are valid and are real, and we want to see them. Whatever diversity you see in the human race alone, don't be afraid to then interpret that into your own made-up races and worlds, because I really want to see them. Avoid slurs at all costs unless it is absolutely necessary for the dickhead character that you're writing. And even then, use it sparingly. Mind over matter. Personality will trump description every time. Finally, just don't be afraid, okay? Diversity is a beautiful and fun and fascinating thing, and we should be writing more of it. I hope this video helped you guys in some way. I know it was very disjointed in places, but I think you're probably used to me being disjointed and all over the place by now. I hope you're doing well, I hope you're staying safe, and if you have any more tips for me, then please let me know. I really look forward to hearing them, and I will see you guys in the next video. Goodbye, my scribblers.